automated trading, but also elite currency in general. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out through this chat, and always feel free to use the Google form, of course, as well to ask any questions beforehand, so that in case you are not able to join the live webinar, you can see the recording and you can submit the questions beforehand. All right. So I didn't see any questions, I think, last week, but I'll send you the link again here in the chat, so you can always reach out through this Google form, and not only in live webinars. All right. Good. Of course, if you're already here, feel free to use the chat though to reach out. Let's take a look at today. We want to discuss new testing we did. Carlos Codera, our programmer and EA creator, and I did on DAX, and had very promising results on the 1 hour and 50-minute results. And that's one of the things I wanted to show you today. So let's start with that. Let me show you 1 hour chart first, 1 hour testing. Okay, this is the graph. I'm not sure if you can see it. Probably not, actually. There we go. So this is about 9 years of backtesting. Started with 10K account and went up to about, as you can see, crossed over to 100K. So it's about 1,000% basically in about 9 years. Cumulative, of course, if the profits are kept on the account. So it's about plus minus 110% per year, cumulative though, 110, so almost 10% per month on DAX 1 hour chart. Let me show you the other info. Hang on, folks. Almost there. Here we go. Now soon we will start trading this forward via demo, and as soon as that is done today or tomorrow, I will attach these strategy tests that were, of course, as you know, done with 99.9% model accuracy. I will attach these tests to basically the forward test, and it will be available on my FX book. But yeah, we can see here the stats: low win rate, but very high reward to risk ratio, as the trends can be very strong sometimes, and that's when you can see these pretty big jumps forward sometimes around here, as you can see, or here, or here, or even here. What else to say about these stats? Well, they're of course very lengthy. They're from 2011 to 2012 to 2021. So yeah, or maybe it's full 10 years. I don't know. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 10 years actually. Full 10 years. And it's basically the same logic and ideas as the SWAT fractal EA that was used for your dollar, just slightly different settings. But we're talking about small differences in take profit and where the stop loss is, but just a few pips here and there. But otherwise, it's the same. So working very nicely on DAX. This is the 1 hour chart, and it works even better on the 15-minute world, which I'm going to share as the next. But yeah, this is so far. There's not much data I can show you except what we have here. Largest profitable trade is 3,400. We had 16 wins in a row as a max, 20 max losses. Relative drawdown, also important, about 29 to 30%. Okay, so not much info, but at least the key info is here. Is that, you know, what is the profitability, what is the win rate, what is the drawdown, and the length of testing, quality of testing, all of that is good. So let's take a look at the 50-minute world now. And once again, next week I'll have more info, and we can take a look at it at my FX book when we have the forward testing on DAX, on both DAX 15 and 1 hour already from the SWAT EA fractal, and we'll attach these strategy reports to my fixed book, and we'll have all the data per month and such. Okay, but let me show you a 50-minute world very quickly. First, all right. Again, 10K start. Again, about 10 years. Again, about 99.9% modeling accuracy. And this one going further. This one reaching almost a 200K, then going consolidation, and recently, I guess, floating here around one. I don't know. I'm guessing here 170ish or something like that. 170K. So 10K to 170K in about 10 years. It's about 160K profit. Looks like, quickly calculated. So about 1,600%. So it's about 150% per year when accumulated. All right. Now let me show you the stats. All right. This is the strategy report for the 50-minute world. Yeah, 164,000 from 10K. And otherwise, quite the same figures, right? 10 years data, drawdown between 25 and 30%, which is done on purpose, by the way. Drawdown is don't want to have a higher drawdown because it's just too difficult for many traders to handle, including ourselves. I mean, it's not easy to take more than 30%, and I'm one of them as well. Don't get me wrong. And a little bit more consecutive losses. So you can see 50-minute chart is a little bit more vulnerable to that. But on the flip side, the uptrends are probably so strong that when there is a trend going on, the 50-minute world captures those better. Okay, so maybe more loss, maybe a longer losing streak, but the wins more than compensate that in the uptrend or in any trend, basically. Okay, so that's a quick heads up. So happy about these stats. This is the best version. I mean, this is the best results, I should say. Even better than the Euro-Dollar 1 hour chart by about, I think, about 60% better. So really happy to see that. And we'll have more data next week about this. And of course, important to do forward testing, which we're going to start right away. Forward testing is already done, I should say, on the SWAT EA Euro-Dollar 1 hour chart. And we can take a look at that right now. Here we go. And I'll look at Egil's question after that. As you can see, this is the first, I guess, 2 weeks of forward testing. Of course, there's not much data. It's not long testing, but it's up almost 10%. So it's off to a good start. And we see the account growing from 10K to almost 11K in the first 2 weeks. So far, no open trades this week, but last week and the week before, we had about 6 trades in total, adding nicely to that 6 wins, actually, to a nice winning streak there. No losses as yet. So SWAT EA off to a good start here in February 2021. All right, now off to Gilles' question. I have a question regarding Zeus EA. And is asking, indeed, so to maximize the gains, the best capital allocation is 2,500 euros or dollars, indeed, per EA. So correct, if you have 5,000 and you're renting it, it's better to split that on 2 EAs because you'll get double the performance. Whereas if you keep 5K on 1 EA, you'll have only half the performance. Of course, your drawdown will be less. So it depends a little bit on what risk appetite you like, but indeed, 2.5 per EA is typically the best. I mean, if you're a bit more risk conservative, you could do 3 or 3,500, but 2.5, if you just can handle some drawdown, then 2.5 is fine. Now with the profit share model, let's go to our website quickly so people have an idea what we're talking about, just in case. We're talking about Zeus EA right here. So if you go to Services, Forex, and CFD, scroll down and you see Zeus EA, you can click on Learn More to find out more. You'll see rental option, and click on see Zeus EA options. You'll see rental and profit share. And so yeah, with rental, you want to have about 2.5 indeed per EA. With the profit share, you don't have to worry about that. So it's all done automatically. As the capital grows, the number of EAs is adjusted by our team. So that is why if you don't have 2.5K to trade and rent the EA, you can join the profit share model, because I think you can join as low as, let me check, 1,500. So that allows you to, even if you don't have the 2.5K, to still join the Zeus EA with a lower amount, because it just added to the total, right? So and is adjusted for the total, and then the performance is calculated per EA and per trader. So you don't have to worry about anything of that like that. So that's very simple. The rental is also pretty simple, but you would have to choose indeed how much capital per EA. But otherwise, it's also pretty much automated and set up for you as well. So all very easy and simple, and not much work or action is needed for you except joining either the profit share model and connecting your account to the PAM, or of course just joining the rental. But otherwise, after that, and sharing, you have to, with the rental, you have to share the password, by the way. Well, it's not a must, but it's recommended, because then all the work is done by us, by our team, putting it to VPS, monitoring it, etc. So it saves a lot of headache. But if you don't like that idea of password sharing, of course, then profit share model is also a very good choice. You don't have any upfront costs in rental, and you pay a part of the profit share basically to us if there is profit at the end of the month. So yeah, some good options here. Thank you, Jules, for that question. So yeah, no action needed, basically. Jules is saying that Zeus EA is a good tool for savings accumulation, gives stable gains, and you can earn more than with a bank deposit interest rate. Definitely, indeed. Let's take a look here. 3.5, 3.5, 7, 5.5, 4. Now up 1. Bit slower month this month so far, perhaps, but otherwise, as you can see, anywhere between 3.5 and 7. And it adds up, right? Because what's the average? Let's see. About 4.5 per month. So times 12 is 55-ish or so, right? And I mean, it could be higher even. In some cases, it can go up into 80% per year. So that's great. And I think it does a wonderful job compared to indeed cash or many stocks, right? Of course, there are going to be some stocks that will perform better. I mean, crypto, of course, if you bought crypto at 5,000 and are still holding it now, of course, you got 10 times your value. But even with Bitcoin, of course, you need to realize that it took 3 years before it moved out of that range, right? So it's not like last trend was 2017. So it took many years. So even these big movers, you got to keep in mind that there's often a period of waiting before these big moves happen. And of course, not every choice is going to be that great, right? You're going to have, or at least I have, I don't know, I have stocks in reds, for instance, right? So not well timed or not well picked, or so This one is very consistent, this EA, and so far in live trading and backtesting, we never had a single losing month. Yeah, indeed, bank gave us maybe 1% per year, indeed. Now, of course, cash is cash. That's of course safe. This is This is riskier, of course, obviously. So it's justified that we get more, obviously. And yeah, that's why, of course, we should trade with capital we can afford to lose. But if you can't afford to lose it, then it's a nice way to get a consistent, so far at least, a consistent gain without too much worries about drawdowns, right? Compared to some of our other EAs. Let's take a look quickly. So that's, yeah, good question. Other thing I wanted to discuss was basically just the update on the EAs. Ultima EA is slightly up 6.4. Rush EA is up a bit more, 23. And SWAT EA is also up 10. So February has not been a bad month so far. Let's see, 2 weeks left. Of course, it would be nice to see a bit more on Ultima because it has gone through some drawdown before that. So that few percent doesn't really help much yet. But let's see if the second half of February could change that. Otherwise, next week I'm looking forward to present you my Fractal EA performance on DAX, and this week we're also going to test it on Bitcoin to see if it has any good results on that. Let's see. Last but not least, I wanted to make you aware that of our tools and strategies. I wanted to let you know we have my ebook here, 600 pages, 360-degree method. It's only €24.95, and I think it gives you a lot of value in a condensed way. I know 600 pages sounds a lot, but keep in mind that half of the pages are filled with images and stuff like that. So it's really a quick read. If you want to know more about fractals, moving averages, patterns, waves as well, I think this is a great tool, and I just wanted to let you know about that. All right, thanks for joining. We'll see you soon tomorrow with my Euro Dollar Pound Dollar video. Of course, next week again, a new update on our EAs, specifically the Fractal EA testing, and wish you all great trading. Cheers, bye bye. Oh, London Open advance very quickly. Joel's asking, is still down. That hasn't changed. Hang on. It's down. It's down a little bit more, 12. So that's going not so good at this moment. So this one is negative indeed. So far this month, 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 1 down. You can also take a look at net signals on his MyFX book. If we're looking at everything already, plus 32 at this moment, and it's up 2% this month. And regarding LOA EA, I think it's regarding the drawdown. It has reached the max drawdown we've seen in trade in the backtesting. So for me, the cutoff is 50%. If it goes off 50%, then I will not continue trading LOA EA. Very honestly, that's my cutoff moment. So we'll find out soon enough. I can open the book. Hang on. Well, I have basically my I have the Google form open. So I don't have the PDF version, but it's basically the same. Here it is. It's going to be slow because it's a long document. But it's working now. All right, so I can give you the chapter index here if you want. Yeah, there are basically 13 chapters: introduction, fundamentals, price action, and the path of least resistance, support and resistance, patterns and triangle of analysis, making a coherent analysis, SWOT method and moving averages, SWOT method from A to Z, automated trading, decision zones and triggers, deeper market thoughts, risk management, trading psychology, And here we see our view on fundamentals, price action, the path of least resistance. So all kind of price pattern swings explained, how they become patterns, how they become trend lines, then support of resistance. Then the patterns and the triangle of analysis, all kind of patterns discussed. Then 2 case studies, 40 pages as you can see. Then moving averages. Then my SWAT method, automated trading, decision zones and triggers, deeper market thoughts, risk management, trading psychology. It is going to be updated. I actually started to work on that now. So it could be different, by the way, Mohammed, if you ever were to purchase it, there's an edit coming. So don't be, but I mean, there are just going to be some small differences, nothing to worry about, but just giving you a heads up there that there could be some small differences. Let's see. I don't have BTC. Basically the real account from Carlos has been stopped. He stopped it. He didn't want to trade it anymore because it was going in a drawdown, I guess. So we don't have a running real account, but we're working on setting one up. So hopefully we'll have that soon on our own account. This is his account from Carlos. So yeah, that's up to him, of course. I mean, I respect his decision, no problem. And we'll run it now on our own live account. So we're working on that. I hope somewhere this month we will have it running with the LOA BTC. So I don't know at this moment what the performance has been doing. Only in backtesting could we maybe see somewhat, of course, what it did. But can't give an update on that. But I hope to add it. We hope to add it soon. All right. And yeah, who knows? I hope if I'm lucky, Fractal EA, the SWAT Fractal EA also works on BTC, but I don't know. We haven't tested it yet, so let's see. But yeah, that's it then, I guess. Thanks, and see you next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.